Iris isn't with you. I've searched everywhere for her.
Iris is in jail, Carl.
Oh, no. Ah, then they did arrest her.
Yes.
That chauffeur, does he know the way to the jail?
Visiting hours are over.
Why didn't the police speak to me first?
Why, so you could tell them that you don't mind that she shot you?
You don't understand, Rachel. You just don't understand.
Yeah, you're right. I don't understand anything about any of this. Stop it,
Do you think this is easy for me? I'm coping, day by day, just like you. I don't like the circumstances of my life, and just like you. But I've had to start over. I'm like an infant, like a baby. I have to carve out a niche for myself. I have to find a place. Do you have any idea how hard it is to be told what your life was like before? And to feel nothing.
I'm sorry, I just can't go another round with you.
It's too early to go to bed.
Well, what do you suggest, Chess? Good night.
Rich, I hurt you deeply this evening.
Yes, you did.
That was never my intention.
I don't know what your intentions are anymore. I don't even think you do.
No, perhaps not. And what I said earlier about feeling nothing for you, that wasn't completely true.
What are you saying? Is your memory coming back?
Would it make you happy to have the Carl you knew back again?
Yes, of course it would.
But I don't know how. I've only had flashes.
What kind of flashes?
Well, it's nothing that I can distinguish. It's nothing that I can picture. An example would be when I picked up that chess piece. I knew what it was. I knew exactly what it could do. And yet I have no recollection of ever having played the game. Do you see how frustrating that is? It doesn't make any sense, does it?
Oh, if only you... If only you could remember what we had.
Was it good?
Yes, very.
Rachel, I don't know how.
You can do it, Carl. You're the strongest man I've ever met. You just need to give yourself a chance.
If I fail?
We fail. But we're not going to fail. I won't let you.
But I mean, you can't throw your business, your family away, your company, on a man who has no memory. I mean, that would be absurd.
No, it's love. And it's here for you whenever you want it.
Oh, please, Rachel, please help me.
Detective Ryan.
I've told you that all along. That's not going to change.
I've behaved very badly towards you.
Regarding Iris, yes, that goes without saying.
Oh, not just that. And you've put up with it.
Barely. It seemed to give you some sort of comfort, and I was hoping it it would bring something back.
Well, it did.
What?
I don't know how to say this, but Iris seemed somehow wounded, flawed. And I've felt exactly the same since I came round. And possibly at some level that was part of the attraction.
She's been using you, Carl. She didn't want you to remember anything so she could destroy this family, and I believe that she would have come back after you.
But Iris was my friend. Did she really hate me that much?
She shot you, darling. She shot you. For a company, for pieces of paper and dollars and cents. That's all your life meant to her.
I thought she wanted to prevent you from marrying me because she wanted me.
She wanted you dead. But she's behind bars now. And you're safe. No one will ever hurt you again.
You know, when you're not angry with me, you're the only one who looks at me like that.
Like what?
Oh, no fear. Just
love.
But I don't know why. It was very nice. Thank you.
That was pointless. I shouldn't have done that.
It's been a difficult day.
Yes. Good night.
Rachel, please. You're more than I bargained for. And I'm no bargain at all. Oh, jeez. Oh, you startled me. Well, nice to see a friendly face. I tell you, mate, I'm in a bit of a quandary. Do you know that? I've been wandering around here for hours trying to cash these checks. Maybe you could help me. Do you know anybody? I mean, the checks are good. I promise you they're good. If you could assist me in this, I'll gladly give you one of them. Oh, that was quick. Do we have any luck? Did you get any money?
Banks ain't open this late, pal. Besides, I can't pass for Carl Hutchins anyway.
Oh, thanks for trying.
Yeah, I know you have some more money, so let's have it.
Carl? Mom. Is that him? No, that was Graham. He just left. Where is Carl? I don't know. We were just standing here a couple minutes and...
He's missing. He took a suitcase and some clothing. He's gone.
What happened? Did you guys have another fight
No,
or
we
something?
didn't have another fight. I blew it, and I'm afraid I frightened him.
Where do you think he's gone to?
I I don't know. There's no telling in his condition. Carl? Carl?
Let us help a newcomer. He's in great need. Tell me, brother, have you been saved?
Well, that must be what happened.
Spencer.
Hello, Rachel. Now, if you're looking for good news, you've come to the right place.
The fundraiser went well.
I don't see how it could have gone any better in spite of the power failures. We had a blackout, and as I'm sure you've noticed, the air conditioning still is not working. But in spite of it all, and maybe because of it, the funds, the money kept flowing in our direction.
Well, Grant is very lucky to have you in charge.
Oh, he's the magnet, Rachel. He always has been.
Seems to be what Amanda thinks.
Tonight,
Hi.
Excuse me.
It's Carl.
Carl, have you seen him?
No, but we just talked to somebody down on the docks who's...
Ryan?
He was heading into the community center not so long ago. He could still be there. So,
Carl!
oh, let's go. Let's go.
Let he who is without sin cast that first stone.
Brother Justice, may I say something?
Our newest lamb will testify.
You know, hearing you speak about the need of forgiveness has opened up a whole wealth of feelings within me tonight. I was once a man, apparently, that was beyond forgiveness. I say apparently because I have no memory. Yeah, I was... Well, there was an accident. I was in hospital. I came out of a coma, and my memory had been erased. Well, what they told me was that my name was Carl, that I was an evil man. All the people that I knew before hated me. Except one, a woman, my fiancée, whose love I can't even remember. I mean, what's extraordinary about this woman, this individual, is that in spite of the pain that my behavior caused her, in spite of the difficulties I put her through, she still took me in. Now, that's love, isn't it? That's forgiveness. I felt myself to be unworthy. And in that deepest part of me, alone.
We hear you, brother.
Thank you, brother. So I stand before you now at the end of a harrowing journey. You see, I've set out alone. I left the shelter and the protection of that good woman. And last night, I was set upon by a thief far more desperate than I. I was struck right here with a tire iron, and yet I awakened. I survived yet again. Why? I'll tell you why. Because today I heard the story of Saul's conversion on the road to Damascus. And in an instant I knew why my memory had been taken from me, why my past life had been erased, so that I could be reborn. I believe I've been given this chance to start over. That it's a part of a plan, a divine plan that I could never have predicted. And certainly my old self would never have accepted. It was that plan that brought me here tonight, to hear the words of your good shepherd, to see the love that his words evoke, and to know that forgiveness is available to all of those people who seek it. So I stand before you now, ready to accept my mission. I'm ready to do Your work, brother.
Praise be.
Yes, praise be.
Darling.
I'm rejoicing in the fact that you're not dead.
I was, in manner of speaking, but I've been born again.
Listen, Carl, Rachel and I, we want to take you home.
I am home, brother.
No, Carl, this isn't your home. Look, you've been hurt. I think you need some help.
My great need now is to serve. I hope you'll understand this, Rachel. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the lady I was talking to you about.
Carl.
Rachel, I think I've found a calling.
Oh, darling. Darling, you've been hurt. And we need to see to that.
You know, I think I'm seeing clearly now for the very first time. This blow should have killed me. It didn't. It didn't for a reason. Because I have a purpose here now. I have a mission to fulfill.
Carl, tell you, why don't you go outside with us and you can tell us what that mission is? We'd really love to hear what the mission is.
Yes. Yes, indeed, the shepherd will tend his flock wherever they may stray. Before we go, could we say a prayer?
Yes.
Could we? Please. Could we bow our heads? Close our eyes. Yes, you too.
Oh, he's gone.
And the lambs shall follow the shepherd.
I'm yours. I'm in your hands. Wherever I may be of service. Carl Hutchins, you're a fool. And I'm nearly out of patience. Have you forgotten who you really are? Have you? Brother Carl, is it? Brother Carl.
Well, it's all a great hoax anyway. Take it from me, I know. I've got friends in low places. And speaking of low places, Rachel Corey. Oh, she's the kind of woman that you once laughed at. Sanctimonious twit. And what was all that business wandering around the streets of New York hand in hand, quoting dead poets? Now you listen to me, and you listen carefully. This memory loss is a superb opportunity. Did you feel that lightning bolt? Well, that was for me. That was your wake-up call. And there's not much time. So listen carefully. Listen very carefully. Someone's coming to take your place. Wake up. Wake up.
Wake up. Wake up, Carl. Ryan, he's hurt.
I'll go get help.
I'm here. It's Rachel. Please, please don't leave me. What is happening to you? What has happened to you? Carl, please, darling. Please don't leave me. Please don't give up on us. You made such a good start.
Rachel, they're on their way.
Brian, what if he never comes back? I don't want to go on without...
Carl?
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 Carl? Darling?
Why aren't you in your wedding dress? Huh?
Oh, Carl. Carl.
Yes, speaking.
You absolutely are back, aren't you?
Well, this is a hell of a reception. Perhaps I should pass out and come round
No,
again.
don't you dare.
Oh, I hurt. My head hurts.
All right, you be very still and tell me, who am I? You say my name.
Oh, well, that's a silly bloody question, isn't it?
Please.
You're Rachel Davis, Matthew's frame, Corey, soon to be Hutchins. Had we not been so rudely interrupted.
Oh, darling, you are back. Oh, I love you very much. He remembers.
There, that's easy.
Darling, you remember. You really do remember.
Yes, of course I remember. But most of all, how very much I love you.
Carl, you see that? It looks like your wrist has been burned.
What happened, darling? What happened out here?
I'm in your hands. Wherever I may be of service.
Did you feel that lightning bolt? Well, that was from me. That was your wake-up call. And there's not much time. So listen carefully. Listen very carefully. Someone's coming to take your place.
Carl, what is it?
Please, look at you. There's no need to worry.
Oh, how can you say that to me? You were shot, you've had amnesia, you ran away, you got mugged, and now we find you lying unconscious here in the dark. What happened to you?
Yeah, well, I do feel a bit fragile, but apart from that, I'm happy to say I am myself again.
Carl, do you remember that someone was trying to kill you?
Yes, I think I'm aware of that.
Are they the ones that did this to you tonight?
No. No, I was struck down by a force of nature. It was a lightning bolt.
Oh, my God.
I was too close. For a moment, I thought I was going to die.
Darling.
I was paralyzed. I screamed, but there was no sound. Then I saw your face, heard your voice saying, wake up. Wake up.
And that's when you remembered?
That's when I was no longer afraid.
Do you remember anything else about the wedding?
Confusion, yelling. All I could think of was cover Rachel, protect Rachel.
Carl, did you see the person who shot you?
Yes. And as clearly as if she was standing in front of me right now. Clutching the weapon aimed directly at me.
Who?
Iris.
But I'm not...
Are you sure that Iris was the one who shot you?
Deadly sure, deadly.
He said that she pointed and shot right at him. That certainly proves intent.
Could be. At least we have an eyewitness now, and I'll be able to put a little pressure on Iris.
Yes, and maybe we'll get some answers now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes. You know, since I first came back to this house from New York, everything seemed cold and unfamiliar, but now it's as if with each touch, I regain a memory.
How much do you remember?
Well, the detail, it's all a bit hazy, but the regret is overwhelming. All the pain you must have gone through these past several days. Well, it's weeks, isn't it?
Between your memory loss and now, nothing matters except that you're back. And you're all right.
Oh. Yes, I'm all right. I'm myself. Nothing will come between us again.
Rachel, the car just pulled up in a driveway. Were you expecting someone?
No, What if it's Iris? Please promise me that you will not let her know that you've got your memory back. Please promise me.
I have every right to confront that two-faced, hypocritical
Listen to me. Listen to me. Suppose she still wants you dead. Suppose she's working for the people that did this to you. We can't go through that again.
Rachel? Rachel, we have to... Carl. Oh, I'm so glad they found you. I'm delighted that you're safe.
My sweet. I've missed you. Oh, it's wonderful to see you.
Just where have you been, you naughty boy? Where did you find him? You know, Carl, you do look a little bit pale. Perhaps you should see a doctor or something.
That's enough, Iris.
Rachel, the man disappeared.
Yes, and that's what you're going to do. You're no longer welcome here.
Rachel, I know you can't stand me.
Yeah, well, you got that right.
But I bared my soul to this man. We've become very close these past few weeks. You've become my confidant and my friend. And it's very important to me that you believe my innocence. And I know that deep down in your heart, you know that I would never, ever do anything to hurt you.
Iris, why in the hell are you here?
Because I thought if Carl had returned, I might be able to have a moment alone with him.
Absolutely not. He needs rest, and you need to leave.
Carl, I need you to talk to the DA for me. I want you to tell her to drop the charges against
Now,
me.
why would Carl do something like that, Iris?
Because without Carl's cooperation, there is no case against me.
Who told you that?
Carl, I want you to use your power and your influence to follow this through for me.
This is really low, Iris, even for you.
The man has a voice, Rachel. Let him speak. Carl, I know that you think too much of me to have me go to jail.
Carl is not able to help you. Not now. Not ever.
Carl?
What can I do,
That's
Iris?
it, Carl. Tell you what,
I mean,
why don't we go out and
these-
get some
these
fresh air?
people
Shall we?
have
Come on, Carl.
overpowered me.
Come on.
Rude as they are. I shall see you anon, my sweet.
Rachel? Dear Rachel. Look, this could be my last chance. If you've ever cared anything about the family, if you ever really cared anything about me, you have to let Carl help me here.
You know how much family means to me, Iris. And when you tried to kill Carl, you stopped being part of mine.
So you decided to go...
It is that way, doesn't it?
Yeah. Why?
You sensed her fear as well as I did.
Come on, Carl. Rachel may be afraid of Iris, but I know that you're not.
Look, I'm doing this for Rachel's sake. She's been through enough lately.
Carl, I was watching you in there. Now, you don't for a moment believe that Iris would have the brains or the nerve to plot your murder, do you?
Right. Look, I spent the last several weeks causing the woman I love a great deal of pain. That's the very least I can do. If she wants me to pretend that I have a crush on the revolting Iris, then so be it.
You know, I heard from Jake that he overheard Barry on the telephone talking to someone saying that you were going to be killed and Iris was going to commit suicide.
Tell me about that. What does it mean?
It means that there is a very real threat out there, which also brings up another nagging thought.
What's that?
The person who is the mastermind behind the plot to murder you is still out there and may become even more dangerous once they find out that you've regained your memory. Carl, what is it?
Oh, it's nothing. It's nothing. I'm fine.
Carl, do you have any idea who might be behind this murder plot?
My dear lad, I swear to you I don't.
Well, maybe you could help me out. Maybe you could look over this list. See if anyone on it might be a person who hates you enough to have you killed. How you doing, John? No? No. How about these?
Where'd you get these names?
Lorna helped me brainstorm on them. Don't falter for it. She was acting in your best interest.
Well, none of these people frighten me.
Don't you want to look again? You have a long list of people who've come to hate you over the years.
Ryan, I haven't a clue.
You're gonna make this difficult, aren't you? Why don't you just tell me? What are you afraid of from your past? What's going on?
Ryan, forget the past. It's dead and buried.
What are you afraid that I'm gonna uncover something awful, something terrible, something so awful that it'll keep you and Rachel apart?
Rachel knows everything there is to know about my past. And besides, I did not begin to live until I fell in love with her.
Prove it to me. Prove to me right now that you are a changed man. Work with me on this. Trust me as a cop. Trust me as your son.
You let me get my strength back and I'll take care of everything.
Well, what happens if you can't? In the past month, it has been proven to you that you are mortal. You need someone to help you stay alive.
Ryan, no harm will come to me or my family. I will now take care of this myself.
How much willpower it took not to just tear Iris apart.
When she put her skinny arms around me, I thought I was going to suffocate.
Well, I now know what a fine actor you are. Listen, I've got to get back to the office.
Why don't you take the evening off?
I don't think I can. I wish I could, but I can't.
Thank you.
Listen, it's good to have you back.
Thanks, lad.
Darling, please don't tell anyone you've got your memory back. It will only make it an open invitation to harm you again, and I can't go through that again. I don't have the strength.
You underestimate yourself, Rachel. You have the strength of a crusader and the bravery. Rest assured. I will look after myself. I won't give myself away.
Where we're going, you won't be able to.
Uh-huh. And where may that be? Where is that?
Oh, yes, a very special place. We can go to be alone. No one will know us there, and we'll be...
What? Go off someplace with a pushy woman like you? Oh, come on, bring on the blondes. See that? Amnesia. That will.
Don't do that to me. I know I'm asking a lot of you. It's not going to be easy to play it safe.
Oh, everything will be easy if you're in my arms. You know, I've missed all of this.
So you do remember,
this.
huh?
Well, I'm not sure. Oh, dear. Well, what say we go inside, bar all the doors and windows, go upstairs, and you teach me how to remember. Hmm? Sound good?
I told you. Carl.
Good morning, darling. Huh?
Oh, you don't know what I was just thinking.
I think you worry too much.
Why didn't the alarm go off?
I decided you needed more rest.
Oh, okay. Well, we've got to get you out of here.
No, my darling. Here is where we belong.
No. What if somebody finds out you've got your memory back?
Then they will realize that I haven't forgotten how to do everything.
No, darling. No, we agreed we'd keep this between us. Somebody wants you dead, Carl.
Rachel, I cannot feign amnesia. Now, whoever these cowards are, Iris or whomever, let them come forward, and I shall do battle with them publicly. And, my dear, we shall prevail. Yes.
Oh, I can't think. Carl, please, come on. You promised that you'd continue this.
But
pretend
that
a little longer.
was before I realized the cost of such pretending. Look, I'm not allowed to touch you in public. I have to steal a night with you, a secretive little kiss here and there. I don't want to live like that, and neither do you.
I prefer it to the alternative.
Look here. I've got a company to run. I mean, how can I be chairman of the board of Corey Enterprises when I don't even remember my secretary's name?
Amanda can do it for you. Oh, please, darling, just stay out of it until Ryan and the police have figured out who's doing this to you.
Rachel.
What?
You don't understand. I must help Ryan.
You have to stay out of the investigation. Please stay out of it until Ryan knows the extent of the danger you're in.
All right. All right. You win. Yeah, I can't deny you anything.
Oh, good. Now, promise me you'll stay home today. I don't want you to take any unnecessary risks.
You know, you sound just like Calpurnia. All right, I promise. I will not go to the capital.
Well, that's not very comforting. You know.
Comforting? You want comfort? Let's go back to bed.
You've taken over my life, you know. And I don't want to live it without you.
What a funny...
Well, my calls. Mom, what are you doing here?
Well, I know how inundated you must be without Carl being here to help you, and I thought I'd come in and offer my services. I've had a little experience running this company, and it isn't a hostile takeover. I mean, you'd still be in charge. It's okay. You don't want me to...
No, wait. I really want you to stay, please. My desk has just turned into a really big black hole.
I know the feeling. A job can really take over your life.
Yeah, I know. Worst part about it is I don't get to spend a lot of time with Allie. She's got Parents' Day today at camp. She wants me to be there, and I really don't want to miss it.
Well, you shouldn't have to.
I'm not going anywhere till I find these cost projections.
Oh, okay, cross projection.
Hmm?
All right. I know how hard it is to be a working parent. You never feel like you're spending enough time with your children.
Yeah, especially when your daughter wants to be closer to her mother.
Well, you should be able to do that.
I'd like to try. For Allie's sake.
I've talked to her about it, you know. She's very proud of your accomplishments, as am I.
Thank you. Very much. Thank you. Please. It's great. For the vote of confidence.
Welcome. Now, give me an assignment.
No, I'm really, really glad you're here today. I was feeling very alone.
Well, you don't need to. We're a family, you know. This is a family business, and we can all pitch in.
Speaking of that, I gave Iris her walking papers today. I thought you should know.
Good for you. I think that's a very wise decision. I support it 100%.
Well, what do we have here? And what exactly brings you here?
I was just about to ask you the same question, Carl.
I asked you first. Iris was just about to give us a hot scoop on who the mystery man is who's trying to deep fry you.
Then have I not arrived just in the nick of time? Well, let's hear it, Iris.
Well, somebody is paying my lawyer. My lawyer's fee is a huge sum which could cover the cost for 6 months.
That's it. That's your big news.
Well, don't you see? It's the same person who sent me those flowers in jail.
Well, it sounds like the bad guys are still on your side, Iris.
No, that's not true. They're using it to torment me.
This isn't exactly a major breakthrough, you know.
Well, I'm sorry I can't tie it up with a big bow and deliver the guilty party to your doorstep, but I can't. And that's why I'm asking your help, Jake. We have to lure this person out, whoever they are.
What does counsel say? I mean, surely your lawyer must have some idea where the money came from.
No, of course not. I've made it very clear to him that he is working for me exclusively. I told him to return the money immediately. But he can't return it because he doesn't know who sent it. It was
Why would
anonymous.
the person who engineered Carl's shooting and dumped me and Paulina in the forest be sending you flowers and paying your legal fees unless there's something you're not telling us? I mean, maybe you know who this guy is and you're keeping your mouth shut.
Why would I do that, Jake? Why?
But Jake does make a point, doesn't he, Iris? I mean, you've got to admit it sounds suspicious.
But you believe me, don't you, Carl? You do, remember?
Yes, I was once, for a time, obsessed with you, Iris. But I certainly did not pay your legal fees.
Hold on a second here now. Are you telling us that your amnesia is over?
No. It's just that, well, my infatuation with Iris has gone the way of all flesh.
Well, I guess that whole thing was pretty embarrassing for all of us, especially Rachel. But you still believe that I'm innocent, don't you, Carl?
Oh, I am as committed as ever to finding the person or persons responsible.
We're all in this together.
One big happy family.
You never did say why you came to see Jake.
It's not really any of your business, is it?
Better be going. I have to go and lobby the board now that Amanda's railroading me out of the company.
Surprise, surprise.
But I can still count on your support, can
Oh, to be sure, yes, of course. I'll speak to Rachel.
You know, Iris, why don't you go play in traffic?
I suggest you go and try and find that person who sent me those flowers and who's paying off my lawyer, Jake, and let me know the instant you hear anything.
Bye, Iris.
Try to remember that your life might still be in danger. And if we don't all work together, we might all lose.
I think Iris is losing it.
Jake, tell me, do you think she should be followed?
What's with you? A couple of days you're slobbering all over her, and now you're treating her like she's Mata Hari.
Jake, it doesn't matter what I think. Now, I want to ask you a few questions.
Oh, Carl, something is very different about you, or should I say the same? You're gone for several days. You show up here like a bolt out of the blue. You're over your crush on Iris. What gives underneath that ponytail? Did we get our memory? Am I right, Carl?
Why would you care if I regained my memory?
Oh, I'm sure the police would be very interested. Have you told Ryan yet?
There's nothing to tell.
Well, I'm sure Rachel's very happy, or maybe not.
That subject is off limits
Or
to
maybe
you,
you were
McKenna.
faking the amnesia the entire time to smoke out Iris.
All finished?
That is actually your usual M.O. Keep everybody guessing now, isn't it?
No, I ask you, Mr. McKenna. Do you know who wants me dead?
Well, I've narrowed it down, Carl. Going out on a limb here, but I would say, about half of Bay City.
Well, clearly I've come on a fool's errand.
Actually, I do have one theory.
I'm all ears.
I admit it's a stretch, but I can't help wondering if the mastermind behind pulling this whole scheme is you.
Oh, Jake, you're as thick as a brick. What, do you really think I sent the death threats to myself? I had myself stalked. I risked Rachel's life. And then as a piece of resistance, I had myself shot and damn near killed.
You have to admit, Carl, you do have a certain amount of class.
I certainly do. And style.
Well, it makes sense that you might try to fake this whole amnesia. I mean, if I try to pull a bonehead scam like this, I pretend like I forgot, too.
This is not a conversation.
Now, don't get mad, Carl. I'm just getting warmed up, all right?
What's wrong? There's a limousine parked outside that was not there when I entered.
Man, you really are paranoid. I heard it stretch. It's just a little early. Let me give you a little tip, Carl. Now that you have remembered who you are, don't be surprised if people don't want to know you.
You'll get yours.
Rachel, there you are. I've been looking all over for you.
Haven't you cleaned your office out yet, Iris?
I was hoping that you'd intercede on my behalf. But, seeing you both here together so chummy, I realized that this whole idea to have me drummed out of the company was probably yours, right?
Actually, it was Amanda's idea, and one I support wholeheartedly. I think it's important to get you out of here.
I'm not your enemy, Rachel. Carl is.
Not from where I sit, Iris.
Really? Guess who was over at Jake's place when I went to visit him? Your fiancé, and I just bet that they were up to no good.
Carl was over at Jake's.
Didn't he tell you? Well, that's just like Carl, isn't it, to go sneaking around behind your back.
Did he say what he was doing then?
No, he was very evasive with me. He wouldn't give me a straight answer, but I tell you what, if you're so curious, why don't you ask him? I'm sure he'll tell you the truth.
Iris, are you leaving the building now, or shall I call security? Mom, don't pay any attention to her.
It's not Iris I'm worried about.
What worries you, the fact that Carl's at Jake's?
He promised me he'd stay home today. He said he wouldn't take any unnecessary risks. What's he doing over at Jake's?
Meeting. Thank you very, very much for your help.
You're very welcome.
And shall I attend?
Absolutely not.
Sorry, that's a bad idea.
I'm gonna leave you two alone. I know what you did for me today, and I just want you to know it didn't go unnoticed.
Not at all.
Thanks.
Good luck.
Okay.
Bye, Amanda.
Bye.
Good luck.
I thought you were going to stay home today.
I couldn't help myself. I had to sneak a visit and see my corporate sexy leader.
No. Iris said that you went over to Jake's.
Did she? Yes, well, that's perfectly correct.
Why?
I wanted to see how much she knew.
You were supposed to stay out of this.
Oh, Lord, please don't be cross with me. I can't sit home all day long doing nothing.
Darling, the one way you can keep yourself safe is to pretend that you still have amnesia. If you go around talking to people like Jake, this person who's doing this to you is going to find out that you've got your memory back. Does Jake suspect?
No. Jake has other things on his mind.
What does that mean?
Look, even if Jake were to suspect, he will not be the problem. All right.
Country, and I need your permission, Rand.
Why? What, did something happen? What, you afraid of something?
Yeah, that he's going to be killed.
Listen, I thought that Carl agreed to play possum.
You know your father. He'll play this amnesia only when it suits him. Other than that, he's on the hunt. And sooner or later, somebody's going to realize he's got his memory back, and they're going to kill him. And I, for one, am not waiting around to watch that happen.
Carl.
Yes, sir, they kill me.
What? Should you be out here by yourself?
Look, I've lost my memory, not my mind, dear.
What are you up to?
Now, they tell me that you and I once shared a very intimate and a somewhat dangerous life together.
Once upon a time.
Now, I'd love you to tell me that story, and in particular, anything you may remember about my past associations.
Why?
Because if you don't, I might just recall that you have a leaf-shaped birthmark just above the scar of your appendectomy.
Oh, you fraud.
There's a method to my madness.
Carl's on the hunt.
He's up to something. He won't even look me in the eye. I think he's so thrilled to have his wits back that he's taking one chance after another. He's gone over to see Jake already, admitted that much.
Yeah, well, the fact that he wants to talk to Jake makes sense. I mean, after all, Jake is the only one who can corroborate Iris's story about there being a second man. Does Jake know that Carl's regained his memory?
Carl says no, I say yes.
Yeah, well, Rachel, at some point in time, this lie is going to come out. People are going to find out.
In the meantime, he's out there questioning everybody. Am I the only person who remembers? I mean, just a few weeks ago, he was in my arms. He was shot. I'm not going to go through that again.
Okay. We'll put a tail on him.
That's not good enough. I'm not waiting around for somebody to make another attempt
All
on
right,
his
Rachel,
life.
maybe it is a good idea for you to take him out of the country. At least that way I can put some pressure on Iris.
Thank you.
Rachel, we're going to find the person who did this. I promise.
Well, my memory seems to be coming back.
Oh, just like that, huh? Poof. You remember.
Well, whether you believe me or not, that's immaterial. But what is important is that you keep my secret. No one must know that I can remember.
Why?
Lorna, you must not give your adversary
The advantage. Yes, I know, Carl. And I am absolutely right. You are up to something.
Good girl. While my enemy thinks me harmless, he'll leave me alone. And that's imperative if I'm to discover who's trying to kill me.
But wait a minute. I thought that this was Iris's party.
No, Iris wanted to stop the wedding, to be sure. Bless her. But kill? That's not her style.
But that guy, her partner, what's his name?
His name was Barry Denton. Now, somebody must have hired him, because he had no reason to come after me on his own.
So who hired him then?
I thought you might be able to tell me.
You think I had something to do with this?
Of course not. Not even on a bad day. I know that just beneath that carefully cultivated hostility, you love me.
Oh, well, that's a reach, Carl. Let's just say that killing you is not on the top of my list.
Ah, you've always been such a warm, affectionate girl.
So how am I supposed to know who wants you dead?
Well, whoever is behind this, it's someone in particular. Someone with an imagination, someone with a score to settle.
Sorry, doesn't ring a bell.
This is not a casual request, Lorna. Now, I need to spend time with you. I need to go over every second of every day if necessary.
Carl, I was the girl, right? I mixed the drinks, I looked pretty,
And you listened.
Yeah, I listened, but not much of it made any sense to me.
Well, I'm not looking for facts, necessarily, or logic. And you have to understand, Lorna, it's not just my life that's at stake here. There's Rachel, and there's a whole family. And you think for one split second I'm going to put them in jeopardy? Now, you have to help me, Lorna.
All right, Carl, calm down. You're going to hurt yourself. Gosh, I think that you're actually flustered for the first time, I think.
Yes, well, the stakes have never been quite so high. Now, I was up half the night racking my brain, trying to remember those years, the faces and the deals.
Look, Carl, I thought the whole point of this new life was to act differently, right? You want to be a citizen? Act like one. Let the police handle it.
Oh, use your head, girl. They might find things. No. Now, if I'm to have this life with Rachel, I must be able to close the door on my past. Now, I have to discover who's behind all of this.
Sorry, I am fresh out of Leeds.
Well, you were able to give Ryan a tiding if you listened to me.
You know, I really hate that. I hate when you string me along pretending you don't know anything and then...
Lorna, you mustn't talk to Ryan anymore.
I thought I was saving you from getting killed.
I appreciate that, darling. I do. I truly do. But you have to understand, Ryan, he's off limits.
Someone mentioned my name?
Yes, indeed you did. This beautiful creature was just vouching for you, weren't you, my dear?
Yeah, Ryan's true blue.
And she says that you're my son. Well, I suppose that the cigars are in order. Shall we, my dear?
If you'll excuse me, I need to talk with Lorna.
Oh, Ryan, that's not very sporting. I mean, to steal your old man's date.
Actually, I need to ask her a few questions, if you don't mind. Alone?
He's so mysterious, isn't he? What about?
You. And who might want to kill you?
Oh, well, I can't wait to hear.
You won't. It's police business.
He's so strict, isn't he? Are you sure he's my son?
Can't escape it.
Oh, excuse me. Ah, well, love is always a risk. I must say you look very sexy this evening.
Why don't you just paint a target on your chest?
If that's what it takes.
I told you I wouldn't go through this again. I'm not going to watch you die.
Rachel, I have to find out who it is that's trying to kill me.
If it ends our relationship.
overreacting.
No, I'm not.
What do you think? Someone's going to stand up here in the middle of Tops and shoot me?
I didn't think anyone was going to stand up in the middle of a wedding and shoot you, and they did, didn't they?
Yes, well, that was New York.
Oh,
Look,
please.
if I've worried you, I apologize.
Stop this. You're trying to shut me up.
What do you want me to say?
You're taking chances. You're keeping things from me. After all those months of building trust and now this, I'm not going to go through this.
Rachel, we've been through a nightmare, and we're not free of it yet. Now, if by chance I've been inconsiderate...
It's not your manners. Your manners are better than Prince Charles. That's not the issue. It's honesty. You're not being honest with me.
I have been honest.
No, you're not. You told me you'd stay home and you didn't. You told me you'd let the police handle this and you haven't. You said you would keep your cover and you didn't.
That was only to Jake.
Oh, this is the old Carl, isn't it? Manipulating people to get exactly what you want.
This is all your bloody fault, you know that,
Of
don't you?
course, I'm sure it is.
Yes, it is. I wanted to come clean. I wanted to admit that I remembered everything, but the idea of masquerading, it was yours, wasn't it? Well, if I happen to make a poor play, I'm very sorry. But it's the best that I can do. It's your idea, all this sneaking around.
Yes, you're right.
Keep your amnesia, Carl. Lie to everybody that we know, Carl. Well, I've done that, and see where it's got us?
You haven't done that. You haven't even tried to do that.
All I wanted was to marry you and whisk you off to a beach in Tahiti. But no, that was too much to ask for, wasn't it? Too much to ask for, yes, and you stand here now and you say, did you just apologize?
Yes, I did.
Good. I know.
You seem very far away from me.
I'm here, Rachel. I'm right here.
He threatened you? And passed here.
He doesn't even know who I am.
That's right. That's right. Look, you were willing to cooperate before. You even gave me a list of names at the hospital that I could work with.
I wish I could do more.
No, I don't think so. You know what I think? I think that he got to you. I think that he convinced you to stay out of my investigation.
It's really tragic, you know? He has no idea how much this really means to you. And I don't just mean as a police officer. Of course, though, I think your ego is on the line. I mean, as a son, as a man.
Why don't we just stick with the, as a police officer? And I want you to tell me about my father's past. And I don't want to have to slap a court order on you.
Want me to run away?
Yes, just the way you were talking. Just for a few weeks to Brazil until Ryan and the police can figure out who's doing this to you.
Look, darling, I know you're trying to protect me. But if these people want me, they'll find me.
Well, then let's just protect me, all right? Let's just go somewhere where I can get a good night's sleep.
You have to understand this about me, Rachel. I cannot run away. I have no intention.
Excuse me. Rachel, I need to talk to Carl alone.
I want to know what you have to say.
Go ahead.
I was just talking to Lorna. I think you told her to stop cooperating in my investigation.
Me tell Lorna what to do? Not bloody likely.
Did she say this to you?
She didn't have to. I saw them talking together.
Well, she approached me. I mean, she asked me how I was. Of course, I pretended not to know.
No, I don't think you did that. I think you had a good long talk with her. I think you have broken our agreement. I think you told Lorna that you've regained your memory.
Now, look here. Look here. I mean, if she put two and two together...
And you confirmed it, didn't you? You told her just the way you told Jake. Just 2 minutes ago, you said only Jake. It wasn't only Jake, was it? You're lying to me. Oh, for the love...
Look, I tried doing it your way. I had no choice.
No choice but to lie to me.
I tried talking to you. Now, Lorna can be helpful, and she'll be very discreet.
And I can't.
It's not fair, Rachel, and you know it.
Lying to the person you love is not fair.
And running away is not a solution.
You lie to me, and I will run.
And is that your way? Is it?
Look, I told you a long time ago, I don't want anything to do with somebody I can't trust.
Well, what do you want me to do? Sit behind your privet hedge reciting poetry, pretending that I'm a half-wit while there's someone out there trying to kill me? Then you don't know me.
If you're gonna lie to me no matter what the cost, I don't want to know you.
Excuse me, Jess. Excuse me. Well, that's very nice, isn't it? Excuse me. Very nice. Rachel, please. Please, open the door.
Go away, Carl.
Rachel, please let me in. I can't explain this through a closed door.
I've heard your explanations. Go home.
No, now, don't shut me out now. So we need each other, Rachel.
I need the man I fell in love with.
But he's right here.
Oh, God, the hell he is. The man I fell in love with wanted to be honest with me.
Look, it's not as it seems.
Oh, you have no idea what it seems. You seriously misjudged me, and I allowed it because I believed that bunk that you were changing.
But I have changed.
You lied to me, Carl. You lied.
Listen to me, Rachel. Please listen. Rachel, are you there?
Well, I haven't jumped out a window. Just say what you're going to say and then leave.
Now, you know damn well that I turned my life inside out for you. I turned my back on what was, admittedly, a somewhat dubious lifestyle, but it was my lifestyle. A life that I was used to. And a life that had given me a great deal of success that very few people ever get to taste.
Are we pining for the good old days?
Now, I gave it all up without so much as a backward glance because I wanted to win you. I wanted to earn the right to ask for your hand. And if you don't think that took courage, then you've seriously misjudged me.
So you want me to fall at your feet? Because you've given up a life of crime? Is that what we're talking about?
I see. We're going to recount the crimes of Carl Hutchins, are we? Well, let me count the ways. Look here, Rachel, you knew exactly who I was when you fell in love with me.
And that was not the man I fell in love with. The man I fell in love with detested the life he was leading and wanted to change. Carl? Yes. Yes?
All right. I lied. It's true, I did.
Yes, you did.
I'm admitting it.
Somebody's trying to kill you, Carl. I already lived through the death of a man that I love very much. I don't want to repeat that experience quite so soon.
Rachel, come on. Let me in. So that we can at least look at each other.
I can't go on worrying about you. I can't go on wondering if every time I see you is going to be the last time. You've put your life in jeopardy, and you lie to me about that. What kind of love is that, Carl?
Now,
it's only because of my feelings for you that makes me care for you, want to try and protect you.
Well, you're doing a lousy job. Look at me. I'm a wreck.
I think you look beautiful.
I don't need protection from you. I'm not a wounded bird. I've gotten through a lot in my life, and I'm still here.
I acknowledge your strength, Rachel.
Well, then what is this all about? Why all of a sudden do I need shielding from the truth?
Why do you refuse to see a virtuous instinct in the impulse to protect you, to save you a little anguish that is not from my heart, that is not from the better part of me?
You're holding up a lie, Carl, like a diamond for me to admire.
Look, I'm not the kind of man who's going to sit by and let others control his life. If there's someone out there who wants me dead, then I shall find him. I'll take that responsibility upon myself. Now, I don't know I don't know what else to say to you.
You haven't heard a word I've said, have you? I require the truth. You only want to give me the truth when it suits you.
Whose truth? What truth? We all use the truth when it suits us, Rachel. Rachel, I promise I'll try not to do it again.
You're not going to do it again. Not to me. I will not have a relationship that is not based on trust. 50-50. Take it or leave it. Goodbye.
You know, Your Honor.
Oh, it's like a bloody graveyard.
Mr. Hutchins, what are you doing home?
Well, I do own the dump. I'm allowed to stay here whenever I like, for as long as I like, of course, if you have no objections.
Of course not, Mr. Hutchins. Allow me.
Leave it, Ito, leave it. Don't hover about, man. It's irritating.
Yes, sir.
You know, don't you, Ito, that I've regained my memory. Who told you?
I saw it in your eyes when I walked in the room, sir.
Yes, you know me rather well.
Yes, sir.
I may be spending some time here, Ito.
Shall I bring you a cup of tea?
Did you hear what I said? Mrs. Corey and
I understand, Mr. Hutchins.
Somehow you always do, old friend.
I'll get that tea.
If music be the food of love, play on. Give me excess of it, but surfeiting the appetite may sicken and so die. That strain again. All right, Rachel Corey. All right, so we've come full circle, have we? Fine. Full circle.
Finalmente, nel terror mio spolto, per gli accetti di birro in ogni volto.
He thinks I'm gonna... Are you okay?
I hope you don't mind that I'm using your office.
No, of course not. No, not at all. Do you want to come home with me, Mom?
No, I'm all right, Amanda.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not, but you should see the other guy.
Yeah, I heard.
Oh, yeah? Well, then it's true what they say about good news.
Well, there were a lot of people down at Tops when you and Carl had your disagreement.
What, everyone knows?
Lorna does.
Oh, wonderful.
Well, no, she might keep it to herself, hopefully. But look, Mom, if anybody else knows that Carl regained his memory, you could be in a lot of danger here. You shouldn't be here by yourself at this late at night.
I'm not the one who's in danger, Carl is.
You still love him, don't you?
I don't want to. I don't know when I've been so disappointed in someone.
Even me?
Even you. Nothing I said to that man even made a dent.
Are you going to leave him? You better think about that.
Oh, Amanda, a few months ago you would have been pleased.
A few months ago, I wouldn't have let myself see how much you really love him.
If love means compromising everything I hold dear, then I have to be prepared to walk away.
You remind me of someone.
Who?
Me. Nerves of steel. Don't let anybody mess with our heads.
Maybe that's not a good way to be.
That's what I did with Sam. I don't know. What's the alternative?
Oh, honey, you were so young when you were married to Sam. You're a totally different woman now.
I know. Mom, it feels like That marriage was lifetimes ago. And I'm still paying for my mistakes.
Listen, you've got to be able to forgive yourself that affair with Evan.
I know, I do, on a good day. Actually, in some way, I'm grateful that I messed up so royally in my first marriage. No, nobody knows more than me how destructive it is to lie in a relationship and to pretend that you're something that you're not just to make the other person happy. I will never do that again.
We are a lot alike.
Yes, we are. And it took a lot of guts to stand up to Carl.
No, it didn't. And it didn't do any good.
If I ever thought that Grant and I would lose our trust and honesty, I would show him the door so fast.
But everybody needs a second chance. And maybe even a third. But a fourth or a fifth. Listen, you go back to Grant, okay? I'm fine, really.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm glad you came over, though.
I'm glad I did, too. Well, don't stay too late, okay?
Grant's awfully lucky.
Meg, come on. Here it is, Ito. I love tranquil solitude and such society as is quiet, wise, and good. Yeah. Did you ever hear yourself so perfectly described? Quiet, wise, and good. Oh, Shelley hit it right on the money. Do you wish to reconsider that move?
No, Mr. Hutchins.
Well, you know, there's a bishop over there just longing to be taken.
It's your move, sir.
Well, then it's checkmate.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, Ito. Thank you. Truly, you are the soul of kindness.
May I get you something, sir?
Yes. Yes, get Rachel back for me.
You'll have to do that yourself, sir.
How? She wants nothing to do with me. You see, what would be eminently practical for one woman, for another woman...
Mrs. Corey is singular.
Yes, precisely. And that's my dilemma. She won't forgive me. She won't let me talk to her. She won't even let me see her.
May I, sir?
Yes, of course, anything.
I was with Mrs. Corey in the hospital after the shooting. When we didn't know if you would live, she was still in her wedding gown. Mr. Hutchins. Yes. Mrs. Corey loves you.
She loves me. Yes, if Ito says she loves me, then she loves me. Is that what you're saying? There has to be a way. You see it? I simply have to find a way. I have to find a way. I mean, there must be some way over this, for me to leapfrog over this bad patch and sweep her up. Get her to remember. Of course there is. Ito! Ito! I could kiss you. You're a genius. Where is his... This is Carl Hutchins. Oh, yes, it is. Did I wake you? Good. Well, now you're up. I'd like you to do a special favor for me. No, it can't be put off. No, now. It has to be done tonight.
Who is it?
It's me.
Go away.
No, I'm not going to do that. I shall never do that. And to prove it, I've brought someone here with me.
Who?
Judge Rubenstein. He left a cozy, warm bed to join us here this evening.
Rubenstein.
Lovely to see you again. Mrs. Corey?
are you up to?
Judge Rubenstein has come here to marry us tonight, Rick.
Are you out of your mind?
Yes, that's a distinct possibility. Unless you agree to become my wife. Now say you'll marry me, Rachel. Here and now. Tonight. Well, I open this door and come out and marry me.
I can't.
Very well. All right, fine. We'll do it your way.
Do what?
Now, in Islam, the bride's face is completely covered with yashmak, whereas in Kuala Lumpur, the bridegroom will often wear a mask. In our case, my dear, your wedding veil will be this office door.
This is insane, Carl.
Are you ready, Your Honor?
I don't think I've ever married a couple in separate rooms. I was once asked to officiate on an overseas conference call, but I had to decline for legal reasons.
Ah, yes. Well, at least we're in the same jurisdiction. Do you think we could proceed with the dearly beloveds?
I'm afraid not, Mr. Hutchins, not without the bride's consent.
Well, of course she consents. I can't tell you how willing she is. I mean, she's already committed herself to spend the rest of her life with me. Isn't that true, Rachel? Rachel, are you ready to say I do?
Wedding without a witness?
I'm afraid she's right.
A witness? Never fret, my love. I shall find an innocent bystander.
Wait, we don't want to say our vows in front of a total stranger.
I don't think the lady's in a marrying mood.
Oh, I think she is deep in her heart.
Well, she's got to say the words.
But of course she'll say the words. Of course she will. Do you love me, Rachel, unconditionally? With all your heart?
That's not the issue.
Did you not agree to marry me in New York?
Yes, I did.
Yes, in fact, did you not pledge your love and lifelong devotion to me?
Yes.
And in fact, had I not been shot and nearly killed at the altar, would we not at this very moment be man and wife?
Yes, that's true.
The plaintiff rests his case, Your Honor.
But the question is, do you still want to marry this man?
I want to smack him.
You see, I bring out the passion in her.
What's going on here?
Ah, what perfect timing, my good fellow. We have a witness.
This is ridiculous, Carl.
Mrs. Corey, are you all right?
Oh, yes, she's just a bit flustered, as any blushing bride-to-be would be. Not we, Mrs. Corey and I, would be delighted if you would attest to this happy union.
What the heck? It's been a slow night.
Excellent. Excellent. Are we ready, Your Honor?
I don't believe the bride is amenable.
If Mrs. Corey doesn't wish to marry me, she won't say I do. Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
If you say so.
Don't I get any say in this?
Yes. You'll get yours momentarily. Meanwhile, be patient.
We gather on this joyous occasion to bear witness to the faith and love of this happy couple who wish to join their hearts in the bonds of matrimony. The union of husband and wife is not to be entered into inadvisedly or with a closed door. Closed heart. Fine.
Look here, this fellow's on a time clock. Do you think we can speed this along?
Very well. Do you, Carl Andrew Hutchins, take Rachel Davis Corey to be your lawful wedded wife to provide
Yes,
for her?
I do.
Do you, Rachel Davis Corey, take Carl Andrew Hutchins to be your lawful wedded husband?
Repeat the question. She may not have heard you.
I heard the question.
Is I do. Can you deny that you want to marry me in front of all these witnesses?
Oh, it's not about marrying you. I'm furious with you.
Oh, forget about the fight. Forget about everything. But what you feel, what we feel for each other, about us joining together here tonight for all time.
Could we do this alone?
Well, we'll need a judge and a witness.
No, please send them home.
Right. Did you hear the lady? Good night, and thank you very much, one and all. Right, Judge Rubenstein, I shall be getting in touch with you sooner than you think. Au revoir.
Good luck, my friend. You're going to need it.
Well, come along. We do have a marriage to plan.
We have unfinished business we have to take care of. I can't get past that.
Why? Because I told Lorna that I'd recovered my memory. Don't you see how useful she can be to me?
Yes, but how can I trust you?
Oh, that dear Rachel is something that you yourself will have to resolve. But you know, there was never any intention to hurt me.
I know that. But I need you to be honest with me, and I don't think you're capable of that.
Thank you, Mrs. Corey.
Mom, I didn't know you were still here.
Oh, hi. Hello, Grant.
How are you?
Well, we're just leaving.
Oh, okay. Well, we can go if we're in your way.
No. It's all right. This is your office. Why are you there?
Well, I hate to be pressured, but suddenly, we have a deadline on choosing a new ad agency.
Oh, well, I'll help you with the proposal.
No, that's okay. You've already been too much of a help. I can handle it.
See you at home.
Okay.
Well, finally, we're alone. Now, you were very quiet in the car all the way back. You do know that I only ever wanted to protect you.
Yes, but from what? Your past?
Yes. And from the threat that could pose to us here in the present. You see, I never want to see you frightened again.
Yes, but it's so much more frightening when I don't know what's going on. It makes me imagine all sorts of horrible things.
All right. All right. If you want me to be totally honest, so be it. And to start, I'll stop pretending to have amnesia.
No, that's too dangerous.
You can't have it both ways, Rachel. If I'm to be honest, I can't lie about who I am.
You're
Do I hear a little forgiveness in there?
right. Yes.
Thank you. From now on, I shall be totally open.
Agreed.
Then say you'll marry me as soon as possible.
Always.
Do I hear a but in there?
Hi, Rachel. Sorry I'm late. What's up?
Hello, Maggie.
Carl?
Yeah. Good news, Mac. My memory has been completely restored.
Oh, that's great, isn't it, Rachel?
Yes, it's wonderful.
Oh, well, I guess you two want to celebrate. I need to brainstorm. Tomas's 18th birthday is tomorrow. And I want his birthday to be fantabulous.
Well, my good news did not seem to faze Maggie.
Maggie's not the one I'm afraid of.
You know. But he won't do it without a witness. Well, what kind of cockeyed logic is that? Look, I've got to go. Okay. Hello, darling. Yes. Well, tell him that Ito will be by to collect him. That's right. And Preston, thank you very much. You know, I must get you a key.
Well, I don't mind ringing.
I mind. You're about to become my wife.
Oh, look at my flowers. They're from my garden.
They're beautiful. I've ordered flowers. You know, it's all done. Everything's done.
What? What's done?
The wedding. Our wedding. I'm going to hang out a shingle. Weddings to go. Can't you just see me with all those mothers?
No.
No? Ah, you want me all to yourself.
Oh, of course I do. So tell me, when is this extravaganza going to be?
Well, I thought It could be, if you agreed, we could get married this afternoon.
This afternoon? Afternoon?
Ito will collect the judge after court, and we'll dress this place up, of course. Use your imagination. Flowers, flowers, and ever more flowers.
You want to get married here?
Yes, what say you?
Oh, yes. But we don't have much time. Have you called everyone?
Well, in the spirit of eloping, I thought that we would keep the guest list minimal.
How minimal?
You.
Good.
And me, of course.
Better.
The judge, and because he insists on it, a witness, Ito.
Oh, well, it's not just in the interests of eloping. I mean, it's in the interests of keeping you from being killed. So it's important to take these precautions.
But what?
But I love you, and I want everyone to know, and I don't feel like hiding.
You asked for only the truth from me. And you said you did not wish to be spared any of the unpleasant details.
I'm complaining, aren't I?
Father, I don't blame you. I don't like it very much myself. But the plain fact of the matter is I have enemies.
Yes, I know.
It's not that I can even promise you that it will change. We may always have to live a somewhat circumspect life. I mean, if I was the sort of man you should be marrying, maybe. You know.
What sort of man?
Oh, the type with a golf bag slung over his shoulder. Belongs to the country club. Why, then you could rent Main Street and invite all the hoi polloi, if that's what you want.
I don't have to like the circumstance, but I can still love you, can't I?
That is a package deal.
Yes, I know. Well, I'm a package deal, too. I have friends and family and responsibilities, and I don't like golf. So let's be very clear about that. Oh, well. If I can't have what I want, I have the most important thing, which is you. So I've got a great idea. Let's get married this afternoon.
We can go to Brazil right after.
Oh, you do have a way of sweeping a girl off her feet.
In my humble way, I try.
I've got a pack.
Let's keep this to ourselves for the time being, shall we?
Oh, I can't tell the family?
Well, it would make security easier.
Well, all right. I mean, you know, if we're not going to invite them, I guess they can wait to know till we come back. I mean, maybe they won't mind.
Look, when we return, we shall have a party at your home and invite all your friends.
Well, if the situation has improved, if it hasn't, we won't.
It will have improved. Look, forgive me for making you put up with all these sacrifices. I know your way is to deal with the world head on. No secrets, no subterfuge.
No, wait a minute. Let's get something very clear. I don't care about the rest of the world, just you and I. No secrets between us. No lies.
I've given you my solemn word. Now, on the subject of lies and subterfuge, tell me, what are you going to say to your family when they see you with luggage? Uh-huh. Lies and subterfuge. I love you.
It's with you. Hi. Oh, so you're back from L.A. Well, there's, all sorts of things I'd like to ask you about, but I have a million things to do.
We really would like a moment to talk with you, if you have a moment.
I think you should take the time. Mom.
The finesse of a moose.
Well, we saw a moose when we were in New York. It was a deer with big antlers.
She's not my mother, so even if I let you marry me, Jake, I...
Let me? I jumped out of an airplane for you. If I can't call her Mom, then...
Can't. So, you are engaged.
Yes, we are.
We've been through a lot.
You certainly have. Hopefully, you've both learned something. Congratulations.
Rachel.
Ma. Great.
Congratulations, Jake.
We didn't plan it this way. I mean, when I was in L.A., I thought about taking another job and
But
moving
you
out there.
You couldn't live without me, so...
Jake, I could live without you. I just didn't want to.
The way I see it, Pauline and I have made about every mistake a couple can make.
Twice.
But we've learned from our mistakes, and we like each other.
And we want the same things.
Yeah, for starters, a great big old-fashioned wedding.
Oh, an old-fashioned wedding with friends and family.
Rachel, we really want you to be a part of the ceremony.
Oh, I wouldn't miss it, especially after my own fiasco.
Well, if Paulina and I can make it, then you and Carl have an even chance.
Even. They'd be on their honeymoon right now if it weren't for Iris. Heck, you'll probably get married before we do.
Can you keep a secret?
That depends. Who it's about.
But
Come in. Sorry. It's my version of whistle while you work. Right, what seems to be the problem?
You told me that your amnesia's all gone. Is it still?
Ask me anything you like.
Do you remember how to set up a hit? I need somebody taken out. Her name is Angela Corelli, and I want this baby fitted with cement shoes pronto.
What are you doing here?
I had some information for Amanda.
Next time, keep it to yourself, Iris.
You're not welcome here, Iris.
This is my father's house.
Your father would have you barred from it.
You're so damn sanctimonious. And you're all so naive. But you will learn the truth the hard way.
well, she definitely knows how to exit a room.
What was that all about?
She just came to irritate me.
Looks like she succeeded.
Will you cut that
What
out?
did I do? I just...
So, Mom, what's the big secret?
Oh. Well, I'm sorry I didn't mean to make it sound so interesting. I'm just going away for a few days, that's all.
Where?
A spa.
Well, I thought you were going to give me a hand at Corey.
Oh, darling, yes, I was, wasn't I? I'm sorry, I can't.
Rachel, you've got to do one of those wraps. You know where they do you up like an enchilada? It's supposed to make your skin feel as soft as a baby's. It's great.
Honey, I am sorry. I just need a few days by myself.
Sure, fine, whatever. Rachel, you want some help packing?
Yeah.
Great.
A hit? Now, I believe that's American for a contract killing. A murder, is it not?
Yes, but actually it's a business deal because you pay somebody to do it.
I see. And that's where I come in?
All you have to do is get me started. Now, I have $500 in cash and an empty credit card for my mother.
You've been watching too much TV, Mackie. Now, who is this Angela Corelli? She's not related to the tenor, is she?
The tenor?
Yeah.
No. She is a total operator. Everyone seems to think that she's this perfect angel in her little Bo-Peep wardrobe with her smile to match.
Uh-huh. So I see this is really then a question of style.
This is a matter of life or death, Carl. She will use anybody to get what she wants. She gave away her kid, and now she's parading around pretending that she's Mary on a donkey. She has to go.
Yes, well, that was never my line of work.
I'll network. Just get me started.
Yeah. Violence can never be the answer. Now, you give this Angela enough rope, and undoubtedly she'll undo herself.
Well, meanwhile, my boyfriend has to marry her if he wants custody of his kid. Come on, Carl. You have to have, like, a name in a matchbook. Please, I'll tell them I work at a dry cleaner's and I found it in a pocket and no one will know it was you.
Those days are over, Meg. Today I put my faith in love. Well, today of all days. And I suggest that you do the same.
Oh, I do love him. I loved Tomas for 6 months. He and I were meant to be, you know?
Yes, I do know.
Yeah, well, then I guess you can understand why I don't plan on being his bridesmaid. Carl, what's with all these flowers?
Don't you like them? I thought they'd brighten up the room a bit.
Oh, really? Since when?
What? What do you mean, since when what?
Well, I mean, besides you, I'm the only other living thing in this place. And flowers just ain't your thing, Carl.
No? No? Well, they are today. Especially today.
Wait a minute. What is today?
It's Wednesday.
No. You said today of all days, you're counting on love.
I'm feeling reborn, Maggie. I'm celebrating. You're looking at me as if I have canary feathers fluttering from my lips.
Carl, what is today?
Well, it's not my birthday, so you can save using that credit card.
No. There is something definitely going on here. I mean, you have flowers and champagne. Very nice.
You are a nosy little Parker, Margarita Corey. Come on, be off with you.
I am not leaving until you tell me what's going on.
Allow me.
Carl, what are you doing?
This is what I'm doing.
I've got to talk to you. I want to go.
Yes, it's all done.
Put me down.
Goodbye, Maggie.
You're taking that to a spa? Who are you going to mull it for, the mud pack girl?
Listen, I bought it for my honeymoon. I might as well get some use out of it.
I didn't use anything for my trousseau. Couldn't even look at it. It's in a box in the back of my closet.
Well, now's your chance.
You don't think it's bad luck?
Depends on how much you love him.
Enough to take it all back and buy new. Bug spray?
Hiking. No, have you set a date?
Oh, no, not yet. Look, Rachel, I know you're worried, but I really do think things are going to work out this time.
No, I'm not worried at all. I know what it's like to marry someone that everyone disapproves of. The trouble with disapproval is that it starts you on your own doubts.
The funny thing is I don't have any doubts. At least not like I did last time. I mean, I know what he is. So when he does what he does, it doesn't bother me so much.
Good. Then you're accepting him.
Yeah. Which makes it a lot easier to tell people what they can do with their advice.
Oh, I feel the same way. Oh, I'm so glad you're in my life.
Oh. Can I help you pack?
Oh, thank you, darling. I think I finished. Excuse me. Hello?
Maggie was just here.
Really?
I take it you're not alone?
I'm willing to listen.
Well, I put her off, but I think she's definitely suspicious.
Why?
Perhaps my unbridled joy was showing through.
Perhaps.
I can't wait.
Oh, neither can I.
Let's move things along a bit, shall we, before your granddaughter returns with the photographer.
An earlier flight would be possible.
I love you. My soon-to-be wife.
Yes. You're my favorite carrier.
Are you taking an earlier flight?
Yes, it looked like it's working out that way.
Well, I can drive you to the airport if you like.
No, darling, that's not necessary. I'll just park in the long-term parking. So, Paulina, good luck with your trousseau restocking.
Thanks. So, Amanda, you up for some lingerie shopping?
Sure. Sounds like a definite possibility.
Yeah. Give my love to Grant and Allie.
I will. Are you sure there isn't anything I can do for you?
Oh, you're so pretty. And I love you very much. You know, the day you were born was one of the happiest days in my life. Goodbye.
Goodbye. That was a funny thing to say.
Yeah. Something is definitely going on, Amanda. She's going to a spa. I'll eat her mud pack.
Yes. Well, that's our big clue. 4-ounce can of Bug Be Gone.
Now, the timing doesn't make any sense. We got a board meeting on Wednesday. We have a press conference on Tuesday.
Amanda, she's out of the loop on purpose. She's a big girl. She can take a vacation if she wants to.
Jake, she packed her negligee, the one she bought for her wedding night.
Cool.
Unless she intends on getting cozy with the cabana boy, it's going to sit in her suitcase.
Yeah, I don't think she's going on vacation. I mean, it doesn't feel that way. You saw her when she said goodbye. It was like she was never coming back.
That's the way she was with me.
I say she's lying about going to the spa, definitely.
Rachel said that she was going to a spa?
Yeah, why?
Because Carl said that he was having a bon voyage bash for a friend of his. And he had flowers and champagne all over his place.
That's it?
Yes.
What?
That's it?
Good.
Carl's getting out of Corey and going into catering.
No, they're getting married. They're eloping.
That's why she packed her negligee. That's why she couldn't say anything when Iris was around. Oh, I thought it was me.
You always do.
But why the big secret?
Last time Carl got shot, you wouldn't want to broadcast it on every channel, right?
So they're getting married.
What are we going to do about it?
Ito is collecting the judge even as we speak.
Oh, it's lovely.
Now, what did you tell your family?
That I was going to a spa.
Uh-huh. And did they believe you?
I don't think so. Amanda was hurt, I think.
Yes, well, she's easily hurt. Do you fancy some champagne? I've got some chilled here.
No, thank you.
Would you like to change? I mean, you look perfectly lovely, but inasmuch as you brought up the suitcase. Oh, Rachel. Oh, Rachel, what's wrong?
Oh, nothing's wrong. It's just necessary, I guess.
No, it isn't. It's not necessary, not if it makes you miserable.
Oh, I'm not miserable. And a ceremony, that's not the point, is it?
Truth, remember?
Oh, I haven't forgotten.
And shall I say it? Shall I be brutally honest? I shall always love you, Rachel. But I would forego this if you felt it wasn't right. Are we destined to be man and wife?
Thank you, Tomas.
If you think for a split second that this marriage is not to be a part of our destiny, please say so now. I mean, perhaps marriage vows are not for us.
We've been through so much, haven't we?
Too much? Too much is
No,
that?
darling, I love you. And we've waited a long time for this, haven't we?
So this is... I do.
Yes.
I can't wait.
Where is the judge? Can't we get going with this?
This is not the kind of wedding you ever imagine for yourself. is it?
Stop. It's just that I imagine families and weddings together.
You want your family done?
No, we mustn't take any more chances. No, we're going to get married right here. And right now.
Oh, Rachel, you look beautiful. And if you will marry me in these less than spectacular surroundings, I am yours forever.
Good. Because everything here is part of you. Your books, your music, your chess set. It's all a part of the man I love. Shall I, sir?
Yes, please, Ito. Hopefully that will be the judge. Now, I've asked Ito to be our witness. Does that suit you?
Yes, perfectly. He cares about you very much, you know.
You too, you know. Ah, Judge Rubenstein, good to see you again. You remember my bride, I trust, Rachel Corey?
Indeed, I do. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you, and I'm so sorry about the other day. I mean, it was very...
Unusual, yes. It's not very often I'm asked to perform a marriage ceremony with one party behind a closed door. But then again, this is the 90s, isn't it?
Yes. Well, I assure you it won't happen again, shall we?
Will you require music, sir? I think I've done all the planning I can do for today. Rachel, I'll leave that to you.
Chopin.
Yes. Nothing else would do it justice.
I didn't know quite what you were after, so I brought a number of choices of ceremonies.
Well, the last time we started on a traditional bent, so... I would like the Cliff Notes version. Is that all right?
Oh, yes, I agree. The quicker the better.
Secular? Religious?
Well, we do have much to be thankful for, but I'll leave that to you.
Yes. Yes, let's be merry before God.
Fine. Here we go. Who gives this woman?
We do. We'd like to stand up for both of them, Your Honor, if that's okay with them, of course.
And you better do it, Carl, or else you'll never hear the end of it.
Of course not. Well, you wouldn't let me.
It was all Amanda's idea.
Amanda.
Well, Mom, you were acting kind of strange, and then Maggie told us how Carl's suite looked like a florist's shop, so I put two and two together and figured it out.
I wanted to tell you. I really did.
Well, with Iris around, how could you?
I brought you something. Come here. Oh, well, I picked these for you before I left.
Honey. Mom's roses.
Yeah. I figured that if you carried them while the ceremony was going on, it would feel like Grandma was here, too.
Oh, sweetheart, that was very lovely of you. And to think you were so dead set against this marriage.
No, I was wrong. Carl loves you just as much as Grant loves me. You belong with him.
It's great having you here, love. And it's more than I could have hoped for.
I figured if I had been here the first time, we wouldn't have to be going through this now.
Yes. Yes, well, you see, I've been given a second chance.
Yeah, more ways than one. You know, when you were laying in that hospital bed, I don't know what I would have done if I had lost you.
Ah, it's all over now, man. It's all over. Let it be. Let it be.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Now that your son is here, I'll be happy to step aside as your witness.
No, nonsense, Amy. Well, of course, if Ryan agrees to be my best man, that will be admirable. But I shall still need you to stand up as my witness.
Thank you, sir.
Do you fancy the job?
I'd be honored.
Is the wedding going to start soon? I'm hungry.
Yes, we're all ready. I would love it if you were to be by my side.
I would be honored.
You are being way too hard.
Dear friends, we have gathered here tonight to witness and bless the joining together of this man and this woman in a state of marriage.
Oh, my big mouth. Sorry.
It's all right. Get your big mouth over here. We should have waited for you.
The union of husband and wife in heart, body, and mind is intended by God for their mutual joy and for the help and comfort they now give to each other during times of prosperity as well as adversity. Rachel Corey, will you have this man to be your husband, to live together in the covenant of marriage? Will you love him, comfort him, honor and keep him in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, be faithful only to him so long as you both shall live?
Yes, and yes.
Carl Hutchins, will you have this woman to be your wife, to live together with her in the covenant of marriage? Will you love her, comfort her, honor and keep her in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, be faithful only to her so long as you both shall live?
As God is my witness, I will. I, Carl Andrew Hutchins, take thee, Rachel, as my wife. And may this ring symbolize the completeness of the love that I feel for you.
I, Rachel Corey, take you, Carl Hutchins, to be my husband. And may the love I feel for you guide and protect you always.
Will those of you who have witnessed these promises do all in your power to uphold these two persons in their marriage?
We will.
And by the powers vested in me by the state of Illinois, I pronounce Carl Hutchins and Rachel Corey to be husband and wife.
Congratulations.
Well, kiss the bride, Carl.
Oh, yes. You've made me the happiest man on earth.
And you, May. Oh, I love you, my darling.
It's too late, Blondie. The deed is done.
What deed has been done? What I want to know is which one of you has been bugging my apartment.
Vermin attracts vermin, I always say, Iris.
Shut up, Jake. Is it you, Carl? Are you trying to torture me for mistakenly shooting me?
Iris, you are a most unfortunate woman. Can't you see, woman, I've been busy.
So it's you, Rachel. You're obviously trying to teach me another one of your little lessons.
I've given up, Iris. You're hopeless.
Then it must be police entrapment.
Huh?
If you're trying to incriminate me, well, you're doing a very poor job, Ryan.
No, you see, then I would have to have a warrant, but because I don't have a warrant, it would be illegal, now wouldn't it?
Well, Iris knows all about illegal, don't you, Iris?
Carl, have you remembered everything?
Iris, meet Mr. and Mrs. Carl Hutchins.
Cool, huh?
Insane. Every one of you. You're all insane.
Well, they say that's hereditary.
Iris, I forgive you, but I suggest you leave now before I help you out.
You don't scare me, Carl. None of you do.
Oh, Carl, let me have the pleasure of doing this. Out, Iris, now.
I don't understand why you're doing this, Amanda. You hated the whole idea of this wedding.
Well, maybe I did, but I don't anymore. Mom's happy, Iris, and that's all that should matter to any of us. Bye.
You won't get away with this. Not any of you.
Well, that was unpleasant.
Say the least.
You know, Carl, now that you're going to be my future stepmother-in-law, you think it would be possible if I called you Daddy?
Wow. Will wonders never cease? Well, only, dear boy, only if you behave. All right? And then we'll see. God, this fool. I mean, I'm only just getting used to dealing with this one coming around.
All right, Pete.
Whoa, Jake! Hey, it's Jake. Where's the
That's
ponytail?
what Loretta could do.
Loretta sent this. Oh, how lovely. Now we get to cut the cake.
Can I get the rollers?
Well, who else is going to get it? Of course you. Now, you may help me cut, okay? You cut that side. And now, darling, we get to feed the bridegroom. Won't that be fun? All right, darling, open up.
No, wait a minute. We're not really going
Yes,
to.
yes,
Is that what
tradition.
What?
Judge Rubenstein forgot the obey part, is that it?
What, obey part?
Uh-huh.
All right. Now I'll get to do the same.
No, I don't care with anything. Very much. Good.
Hey. Grandma, it's time to throw your bouquet.
Yeah, you ready to duke it out with Paulina, Amanda?
I've got a better idea. Let's start a new tradition, a Hutchins tradition.
Ah, thank you.
Here. This is for you. As a very small token of my love and gratitude for my darling daughter. Thank you. May you and Grant be as happy as we are. And this is for the two of you. You too, Jake. If you both share half the happiness that we're sharing, your wedding will be very blessed.
Thank you.
And, sweetie, this is for you.
Me?
Yep, you. Now, I know you had your heart set on Jake. But I've heard you very, very excited about a young man named Chester.
Well, Chester's okay, but I think I like the boy named Boris more.
Boris?
Boris?
He looks like you.
Oh, there you go. Ryan, here, you hold this for Vicky. And think of her with love, and find her, so that one of these days your father and I will be able to dance at your wedding.
I hope so.
And Maggie, you have been a staunch supporter of ours all along, haven't you?
Yeah, well, Carl got to me. What can I say?
Yes, he got to me, too. Well, that's a token of things to come.
Thank you. Because Tomas and I need all the help we can get.
Why, darling, is something wrong?
Please don't be mad at me for leaving. It's just, I want to make sure he's okay.
You should go alone.
Okay, thank you. Congratulations.
Perhaps Brazil. Well, with my father in charge, it's anybody's guess.
I
No.
don't know about that. I think I know exactly what they're going to do.
Here they come.
Think so?
Hey, ladies.
Hey!
Hey.
Hey. My friends, it's going to be a while before we all see each other again. But thank you so much for such a loving send-off.
Well, have a wonderful time, Carl.
Oh, we will. We have our whole lives ahead of us.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Bye-bye.
Oh, Carol, what's all the secrecy about?
Good news, lad. My attorneys have assured me that you will be reinstated into the police force within only a matter of days.
Well, thank you very much, but I don't want to be reinstated.
Brian, I don't understand. I mean, the police force has always been your life. How can you refuse such
I'm not refusing. I'm simply redirecting. I do need your help, though.
Huh? Ask. I'll do anything.
I want you to start thinking like a criminal again.
I am no longer a criminal, Ryan. Oh, this is my hospital identification bracelet. I don't know why I didn't take it off. A reminder, I guess. No, lad, my days of villainy are over. I've hung up my hats.
I want you to put it on again.
But my life now revolves around Rachel. And I will do nothing to jeopardize what is, after all, a second chance.
I'm not asking you to do anything criminal. I just want you to think like a criminal.
I see. I see. But tell me why.
I want to find the guy who set me up. In order to do that, I have to get inside his head. Start thinking the way he does, what he wants.
Why come to me?
Because you have one of the best criminal minds in the business.
I don't know whether to laugh or get angry. Now, look here, lad. My criminal past is largely exaggerated gossip and hearsay.
That may be the truth, but you're forgetting that I'm the one who's investigated you over all these years. I know who you are and who you're not.
And would you look at the time. Now, Rachel is expecting me down at the waterfront. There's a charity event going on. She's guest speaker.
Just 10 minutes.
And for what it's worth, your brother is honorary chairman.
It's not worth much.
Oh, well.
Just tell me how you set up the chief of police in San Francisco.
There was no proof. There was never any proof. And that case was dismissed, you know. Oh, Ryan. Lad, but think about what you're asking me to do. You're asking me to resurrect the mindset of a man, a dangerous man. A man who hurt many people.
But this time that man may help people, including your family. Help me figure out the motivation. Help me dissect the motivation. Come on. You and I, we can work together. As a team, it'll be Harrison and Hutchins. Only this time we'll be on the same side of the law. It'll be a father-son team, if you like. Look, I don't know how to ask you this, Dad. I need your help.
I'll do anything you ask. Come on, where do you want me to begin?
Okay, we'll start with the guy who set me up.
Well, the elements are basic in the setup. And we must find out who by pinpointing why.
Figure out why the person wanted to set me up to begin with.
Precisely. Now, there appear to be 3 motivations in a basic setup. 1, revenge. 2, distraction. 3, immobilization. With me?
Let's take them one by one.
Well, they're getting along better, don't you think? matter?
Yeah. They're auctioning off some nice things today, huh?
Oh, yes, it's going to be really good for the charity. Honey, why don't you let Carl handle this business with Evan?
Look, Mom, you've already offered one time before. My answer's still no, but thank you.
Honey, you don't have to prove anything to any of us by working with Evan.
But I do have to prove something to Evan. He has to know that I'm in control, that I'm not going to hide, I'm not going to act embarrassed. He has to know by the way that I treat him and the way that I act that he can't ever get to me anymore.
Can you do that?
Yeah, I can do that. I have to.
No, you don't have to.
No one hates me enough to actually want to set me up, so we can strike revenge off the list.
Motivation, number 2 in a setup, to distract.
Well, I would say planting a kilo of cocaine and a few $1,000s worth of cash in my gym locker constitutes a distraction.
Only someone on the inside could have removed that parcel from the evidence room. Don't you agree?
I've already made a list of all of the cops who had access to the evidence room that day.
And what's the count?
10, not including myself.
Oh, no.
The gentlemen who were crossed out are the guys that I know didn't have a beef with me.
You have to be absolutely sure.
The guys that I crossed out are real straight shooters. One of the guys on this list I actually saw turn down a $250,000 bribe from a drug dealer. Now, he could have sent his kids to college and set himself up for life, but he turned it down. So that leaves 5 potentially very crooked cops. So what I have to do is I'll ask some questions, do a little digging.
Whoever got to a police officer has connections and resources.
Maybe, maybe not.
Money, Ryan, money, lots of it. Money is power. And in this case, power is danger.
So I'll be careful.
And number 3, of course, is immobilization. You can't forget that.
Why do you think I'm trying to stay one step ahead of these guys?
And what do you think will happen when these people find out that you're still snooping around?
I have no idea.
Well, immobilization is usually permanent.
I'm a cop. I have to be a cop.
And I am a father. And you have to allow me to be that. I know just how ruthless such people can be. These creatures, they care nothing for life. Only survival. Yes.
The only thing that I care about is your survival.
Ryan, please. Please don't put yourself in danger on my account.
This whole thing started because someone wanted you dead.
And what if you turned out to be the corpse? Oh, look, lad, I wish you'd let Billy Cooper handle this investigation.
That's absolutely out of the question.
Look, why don't you use this time, whilst you're on suspension, to go and find the woman you love? Find Vicky, convince her to come back here, make lovely babies with her, give me grandchildren. Don't you see that's a much, much better idea?
Now, how am I supposed to find Vicky if she doesn't want to be found? No. Now, I shall do what I have to do.
I'm sorry, I didn't know the room was being used.
What are you doing here? What are you doing? You're responsible for all of this.
A new century for quiet.
Hello, Lorna. I'd like to talk to Evan for a minute alone.
I'll be in production if you need me, Evan.
Thank you.
Come in, Rachel. Make yourself comfortable. I was wondering when you're going to pay me a visit.
Oh, Corey Oldgard, eh?
Mother of the boss. Look, would you care for an espresso? Oh, no, if I remember correctly, that's tea.
That was my mother. I don't care for anything, thank you.
I'm working on new proposals for the campaign.
Yes, so I hear.
I'd like your feedback if you've got the time.
No, I think maybe I'll leave that up to Amanda. That's not really why I'm here.
Well, why'd you stop by?
To find out why you're here. The last time you left Bay City, you destroyed my daughter's marriage and tried to take over my company. What is this, round 2?
I was different then.
Yeah, well, it's going to take more than words to convince me that you've dropped the vendetta against my family. Amanda's willing to work with you, Evan. I wouldn't be so charitable.
And they say charity begins at home.
Yes, well, you disrupted my home, didn't you? And you hurt my daughter. And you tried to take over my company. So you see, you have quite a lot to prove before I'm going to believe that you're anything more than a shiny, newer version of the same old Evan Frame.
I'm sorry you think that, Rachel. But I promise you, if you keep